What's going on, YouTube? Episode 2 of my journey being the average investor. And today, we touching on a touchy topic, y'all. All right, we gonna tap into overdrafting. How I used to overdraft my bank account. Now, I want to preface this by saying I'm not a financial advisor, and none of this is financial advice. This is just my journey on being the average investor and what I went through to get to where I'm at today. All right, I'm no expert at none of this. I'm just sharing my journey on how I used to have certain habitual things that I did, and I was able to change that around and become a better person and actually learn financial literacy, learn ways to invest my money, and kind of get out of the rabbit hole that I used to be in. So I'm here to share that journey, and today on episode 2, we're going to be talking about how I used to overdraft my bank account. Now, before we tap in, there's a video I seen that really touched me. It really made me think of the cycle I used to be in when I was in my early part of my years when I started working. I want y'all to check this video out, right? And let me know what y'all think about it, because it really speaks volumes on how we can get caught in this cycle.
In 1926, they discovered the perfect trap. 40 hours keeps you alive, but too tired to escape. Henry Ford ran the numbers. He tested different work schedules and found the sweet spot. 40 hours. Not because it's optimal for productivity, because it's optimal for control. Let's do the math. 40 hours work, 10 hours commuting, 56 hours sleeping, 14 hours for eating, showering, basic survival. That's 120 hours, leaving you 48 hours of free time. Except you're exhausted. So you spend Saturday recovering from the week, and Sunday dreading Monday. Your weekend isn't freedom, it's recovery time, so you can do it again. Monday morning, the alarm goes off, and you feel it, that existential dread. 5 days until freedom. 5 days of giving your life away. For what? A paycheck that disappears instantly. Rent, bills, food, loans. Nothing left. You want to start that business? Too tired. Learn that skill? Too tired. Build that project? Too tired. That's not an accident. That's the design. If you had energy left over, you'd leave. If you had money left over, you'd build something. If you had time left over, you'd organize. They can't let that happen. So they found the formula. Just enough money to survive, just enough time to not completely break, just enough energy to come back tomorrow, but never enough to escape. And then they tell you, work hard for 45 years, then you can retire. So you do it. You trade your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s for a paycheck. And at 65, you're free. Except your body's broken, your energy's gone. You spent your best years building someone else's dream, and your freedom came too late to use it. The 40-hour work week isn't about productivity, it's about compliance. Keep you tired, keep you poor, keep you busy. Too exhausted to think, too broke to leave.
Now, I knew I was having issues with my bank account, and overdrafting was a major issue for me, but I did not know that it was widely an issue across the country. So I did some research, and according to FINRA's National Financial Capability Study, 26% of Americans report spending more money than they actually earn. Now, I knew I was bad and struggling with money in my past, but 1 in 4 Americans are spending more money than they make. I was not aware of that at all. I mean, I was definitely one scared to face my budget. I mean, what you mean looking at the bank account? What you mean, looking at your bills and having all? I was too scared to even attempt at doing that. So I ran away from it. I never faced it. But apparently, I'm not the only one. A 2026 study, a YouGov survey, found only 53% of Americans have a budget, meaning nearly half don't use one. So back then, I wasn't budgeting at all, like I said. And honestly, almost half of Americans don't do it either. That's a major problem, because once again, you get caught up in this cycle. It's the cycle I was caught up in. Not having the proper habits, spending more than I was making, which was the reason why I was always broke when the next pay period came around. It makes sense now. Back then it didn't, but spending more than what I was actually making. I was buying expensive shoes. I was buying expensive liquor, partying on the weekend. No wonder I'm broke, right? No wonder I'm broke when next pay period come around, right? So check this out. A bank rate survey found only 29% of Americans reviewed their budget over a 30-day period. Once again, it's those habits that people ain't doing. It's not just creating a budget that's hard. Most people don't even look at their budget. So that was a major thing with me, trying to figure that out, how to budget. And it came a point in time where I was like, I know I don't log into my account and watch my money regularly. I'm swiping my card effortlessly. And it's up to me to face that if I really want to make the change. So I finally got me an Excel format, faced my budget, mapped out all the bills, and it was a game changer for me. It honestly was. Now, like I said, I ain't the most perfect at anything, but I do know that I made the proper changes to get to where I am today, and I'm definitely not the same person overdrafting my account. I got some money saved up, and I'm not hurting like I used to hurt before. So that's proven to myself that I know I can do this. And being the average investor is all about keeping it simplified so that it really is obtainable for anybody. Really is. But let's get back to the journey and how I used to have these habits on overdrafting my account, but apparently I ain't the only one. Did you know a NerdWallet survey found that 83% of Americans say that they overspend? Say that they overspend. Now, once again, like I said, I know I used to be bad with my money. Buying expensive shoes, expensive clothes, partying, unnecessary things. And it got me in a hole that I was in. 2, 3 credit cards deep in debt. Diabolical. And the overdraft fees. The overdraft fees would kill me. And then I found out that research from the CFBP found that people who pay more than 10 overdraft fees per year account for nearly 3/4 of all overdraft fees collected. I mean, we talking frequent overdrafters are paying an average of about $380 a year in just overdraft fees. I ain't proud to say it, man, but I definitely was one of those people. It was like clockwork because I didn't have the money and bills were still due. And that money was going to come out regardless, and I had to pay that. So I get it, man. But I was not aware that I'm not the only one. I mean, banks collected approximately $5.8 billion in overdraft fees in 2023 alone. Like, that's diabolical. Americans pay billions in overdraft fees and didn't even know it. Number rising like crazy. I mean, bruh, it take me back. I remember checking my account and seeing those negative numbers and just the heart dropping, being too scared to even check the account. Like, man, that's crazy. But then I started researching and realizing that I wasn't alone. Like I said, more than 1 in 4 Americans are spending more than what they earn. And I was just like that. More than 80% admit that they overspend. Flashy, boasty, it don't matter. Nearly half don't even use a budget. Swipe, 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 let it go. That's when I realized this wasn't just my problem. This is a problem that millions of people are dealing with every single day. And if you're watching this right now, if you've ever overdrafted your account, trust me, man, you're not alone. That's why I created this YouTube channel, The Average Investor, because I know we all done been there and we done been through that. But I truly believe creating the right habits, making those small little changes one day at a time, having a talk in the mirror and speaking with yourself, knowing what you need to work on. That's what it was for me. I really had to finally look in the mirror. Like I said, I was so scared of the negative numbers and overdraft, and I finally had to look in the mirror and say, yo, you got to log into that bank account every day. You got to pull up that Excel document and know when them bills coming out and have your budget structure so that nothing catches you off guard. And throughout that journey, I was able to become the average investor. And now it's so habitual. My $5 cup of coffee is so habitual now that I don't even think about it. It just happens. And I'm able to invest in the market. I'm able to make financial decisions for me and my future. And it feels good to know that I'm making the right moves compared to the things that I was doing in my past. So I will catch y'all on episode 3 of my journey being the average investor. Peace, love, light, and healing. And until next time.